We have some insanely bullish CRO news this morning because Crypto.com could be going public. Now, this is huge because it's going to be giving a lot of people the opportunity that want to buy the Chrono stock the ability to do that. And Coinbase is a publicly traded company. Unlike Binance, the biggest exchange in the world, BNB, they have a coin. Same thing with Cronos, they have a coin. But I think that it's cool that companies like Cronos want to become public because there's no really hiding things when it comes to a publicly traded company, right? Everything's kind of out there in the open. And I think that's going to give Cronos the opportunity to become bigger than it already is. But before we get into that news, let's go ahead and check out the Cronos chart to see exactly where we're going, because I know a lot of you like price predictions. Now, if we go back to December 2024, you can see that we had some pretty big resistance here on CRO after, Trump got inaugurated, the market started pumping like crazy. We had some resistance around 23 cents-ish. Now, obviously, since then, that resistance has turned to support when CRO flipped bullish pretty much. Obviously, huge partnership news, right, with Donald Trump. Trump family expands crypto empire with a $6.4 billion venture. And of course, what did we hear? That Trump Media and Technology Group, DJT, on Tuesday announced a partnership with Crypto.com to establish a treasury company holding CRO. So big news for CRO, huge partnership. And we can see that, resistance is now support. Now, obviously, we had a big run up end of August. We've been slowly trending down a little bit, but a good thing is that we did bounce off that initial resistance we had that has become support of around 24 cents, and we're starting to move back up. So as long as we continue as a market to the upside, I think that CRO is going to be looking pretty bullish from here. Now, obviously, we peaked around $1 during 2021. We want to break through those barriers, but it seems like CRO has a lot of room to grow. Now, since then, CRO has pumped all the way up to the 19th largest crypto by market cap size after kind of falling out of like the top 30 to 40. So it's nice to see Cronos start to move back up. Now, we have a few things that really matter when it comes to the crypto space right now. Obviously, we have interest rate cuts with Jerome Powell and a bunch of other things that could decide on whether or not the market's going to pump or dump as a whole. We have the whole tariff situation that I won't get into in this video, but there's a lot of things outside of crypto that affect the cryptocurrency market. And of course, I'll keep you guys up to date with all those things. But let's get into the big news this morning that has people excited about CRO potentially becoming public.
I have to admit, it's quite tempting to consider these options, given how richly the market values crypto companies these days. We certainly have the numbers to do so. We've done about 1.5 billion in revenue last year, about $1 billion in gross profit, reinvested about 700 million of it, so let's say 300 million net profitability. This year, I think it's going to be better, especially if we see the Fed rate cut and a strong Q4 following. So we have the numbers, and we've been approached by all the top names in terms of the investment banks. We want to be a very well-run company, so we are working on preparing everything, but no decisions have been made at this point. We think that we actually enjoy operating as a private company. It allows us to move really fast. We've got a solid balance sheet, so we don't have to make any decisions in the short term.
So like Chris said, that there are benefits to operating privately in the crypto space. They can get things done faster, but it is also nice to know that there's a lot of people approaching them and are willing to invest in their company to see them do bigger things and become bigger than they already are and compete with exchanges like Coinbase. Because I still think that Coinbase is like one of the #1 trusted exchanges in the space because they are public and they've been around for so long. But after this, a new partnership with Donald Trump, and obviously the Trumps are just getting started when it comes to the cryptocurrency and those sorts of things, the future is looking pretty bright for CRO. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you like being here, and if you like CRO content, keep me posted and I'll definitely make more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.